We are so overdue for planner reset. Let's do it. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Imani and I love all things planner and self-care related. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss new content. I love new beginnings. That is no secret. And we are heading into the month of September, which is my favorite time of the year. I know I said it last week, just have to drive the point home. I'm really excited for not only the start of a new month, but honestly, just slowing down in this season and just kind of resting, realigning with my goals, checking in, and winding down from such a hectic and wild, fun year. It's been stressful too, so I can't lie about that. But I'm really excited just to enter into this season because I feel like it's a time for friends, family, whether chosen or related, and just slowing down and really enjoying life and being present. So I want my planner to reflect that. In this video, we are going to reset one or two tabs in my planner. I'm debating whether or not I even want to set up the notes and list tab because, to be very honest, most of my notes and lists are in my 1 million notebooks that I have. A couple videos back, I did show my full planner notebook stack, so it's a lot. So grab your planner, grab your favorite beverage, grab your pen pouch, and all the highlighters and planner accessories you need because we're going to be planning for the month of September and the upcoming week. Let's get started. So first things first, this is what my planner looks like when I open it. I had a few pops of color here and there, but I'm really going to be leaning heavily onto this sort of color palette because I think it's kind of fall with the greens and the peach sort of new tone here. I love the gray. I think that'll work well with a lot of the highlighters I have. The red is different. I'm not going to lie, the red is a little different for me, but I'm gonna lean into it and try it because you know what? Why not? We're trying new things and trying to be creative this year. I know in last video I said I would share an update about this last week. To be honest, I was so heavily into notebooks that I didn't really open my planner last week. So I don't know. I'm really trying to give thought to what I want my planner system to be next year. I did share that I was thinking about switching to the personal size planner. So if you have any inserts that you aren't using that are personal sized, I would love to take them. I would pay for shipping. Please message me, leave a comment or something because I don't know. I want to make sure I like that size before I just jump into that world because honestly, it'll be expensive going from the A5.5 letter to personal size. So again, if you have any personal sized templates or inserts lying around that you know you won't use, I would love to have them. Even if they're outdated, I just need to test out the size and really my handwriting because my handwriting is a little on the bigger side. I did pull out the sort of red, I don't know what you call this. It's not like a true vellum. It's kind of just like a colored oversheet and it almost looks pink in some lights, but to me it's definitely red. I'm thinking we could maybe layer these two or maybe this one. This is like one of my favorites, so I am going to put it aside for now because I've used it and I think we could stick with these two right here. So place that over here and then maybe like this, or if we wanted to, we could put this and then this. I think I'm a little more comfortable with it because it's not so red immediately when I open the planner. It's a little understated here. And I do like the fact that we have sort of some tans popping out. And of course, I love the fluted dashboard. This is just one of the best pieces of stationery I've seen in a long time. I really, really love this. So I think I am gonna stick with this because it's a little on the safe side, but I do like it's still a pop of color, but not so much in your face. So those would be our first couple of pages. So I'll just stick that here. And then my schedule is a hot mess. So I usually have just this tab and then a beginning dashboard, but I think I want to change out this dashboard. The thing is, I don't really look at this dashboard a lot. So really I could take it out altogether and just, is this the Okay, this is the monthly start. I think that honestly looks better because I don't reference this. This was primarily a decorative element in the planner, and I think it probably makes more sense just to see the monthly overview. So actually, I'm kind of comfortable with that. I like this so far. I want to move on to like the harder piece, which is over here. I think having this front and center would still be really good because it brings in that red a little bit more, but still has like the black undertones that doesn't make the red like jump out at me, which red is like not my favorite color. I have no idea where I'm gonna put this. Maybe down here. I don't know. I was really feeling this the past couple weeks and I had this in my planner. Maybe like right here. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. I do want to keep this because this is like a journaling prompt. And I think the questions are really helpful for me. So I do want to keep that back behind here. And it does add like a little pop of something interesting back there. So we'll just keep that. These, I'm trying to figure out how to incorporate these into my planner. But if I can be honest, I don't like the idea of having it up here because it gives me Christmas vibes. And that is not the vibe we're going for. It's almost like the same color as these page pens, but the page pen color is definitely more muted and more olive color, whereas this is kind of like a brighter, richer green. So these will stay in the back, although I do want to try to use them this year. Okay, so I'm gonna put that back there. I don't like the idea of having this up there because again, green and red, but what is underneath here? Ooh, this is a good one. Stop measuring days by degree of productivity and start experiencing them by degree of presence. Super good. I really like this too. So if I could potentially take this teardrop and maybe clip it here, would that work? The brown to me, it doesn't look horrible. I think it adds like a layer of fall into the planner. So I think I might keep it, but I want this to be front and center. So let me change the order like this. There we go. Okay, that's better. So then that way I can see the full quote. I have the pop of red here, a little pop of brown just to bring in more fall vibes, and we have something down here. I will put these back into the planner as well just to give a little something extra. And I think I'm going to leave it at that. I don't want to overcrowd it, but I do want it to be a space that is both decorative and functional. I can pull out the page pins whenever, and I can reference the quote whenever. So this is good. I think I might leave it there, y'all. Let me give it some thought. Maybe once I start planning, I'll be inspired by something else. But I really like this because it's not overcrowded. It still has the pops of color that I really want, and it still allows me to use it in a more functional way. So, ooh, I like it so far. I don't know what the heck is in this pouch right here. So let me open that quickly and see what I've stuffed in there. Okay, so it's primarily just, I don't want to say just stuff, but it kind of is. This was one of the inserts that came with the pouch, I believe. Maybe we can change it up a bit. What is standing out to me? I don't know if you're supposed to do it like this, but we're going to do it anyway. I liked this about the analog world. Slows, offering space to breathe, reflect, and connect. And that relates so much to what I said in the beginning. Like, this is my time of the year to just slow down and really be present. Oh no, it's ripping off. Okay, so I need to be super careful. This is my time of the year to really slow down and be present. So this resonated with me. So I do want to keep that up there. And I'm going to move it to the front. So then that way it kind of pops through on the fluted dashboard. Let me just fix this though, so I can close it properly. And then I did have some just fun planner accessories stuck in the back. To be honest, I forgot that I had them back there, so I definitely need to reference it a bit more. I was looking for a lot of that stuff. Like, where did it go? Okay, I like this. I like this a lot. And once I put that here and just kind of tuck this back in, maybe I can put something here. I don't know if I would love anything, but let me stick that there. I still have the pops of red. Okay, we'll try that. We'll try this. I don't know how I feel about it, but we'll try it. One of my favorite inserts from Cloth and Paper lately was this sort of tracker insert. I really liked it, although I sort of stopped tracking towards the end of the month because things got hectic. But what we're going to do is track some of the habits and rituals I want to either adopt or push forward in September. And I'm going to do it on the opposite side. So then that way we're not wasting anything. This is similar to what I use the project habit tracker for. I use it for self-care tracking, not necessarily for project tracking. So I love this. I really do. And I think it's such a good insert to incorporate into the planner. I already wrote September there in the beige mile liner. So what I'm going to do is grab the Kokuyo ME gel pen. Again, this one does not let me down. And I'm going to reflect a bit and really think about what are some of the things that I want to adopt and practice in September and onward. I have thought about it, but just thinking about like the past couple days, I really want to reflect and make sure that I'm entering this next month ready. So give me a few moments. I'm going to think about some things and then we'll get to writing. What is different for me this month and as I enter this month is really just being in therapy for a couple months and finally feeling like, okay, I feel like I'm just living life and letting it go past. Like, I really want to be intentional and present, especially this time of year and really all year, but especially now because literally January through July was just a blur. I don't even know what happened. I was just living, checking things off, every to do list possible, and trying to get to that wedding and honeymoon and moving. But things are different now. Like, we're moved in. We do still need to clean our old apartment, but just slowing down, honestly, is like the goal, and really making sure that I'm taking care of myself because, I'm married. Eventually, we do want to have a family, and I feel like I need to get better at taking care of myself in order to be like the person I want to be, or the mom that I want to be, and like the wife I want to be, etc. So the tasks and sort of like habits and rituals I wrote down. I want to start reading my Bible more. I definitely got back into it once we got back from Aruba, but definitely trying to incorporate it more into my everyday life. Movement, whether that be walking on the trail that's nearby my new place, or honestly, like stretching has been incredibly important. Yoga is something I would definitely want to get back into, but definitely just like moving my body so I'm not stiff and just like hardened, right? That's the goal. Reading, I usually do pretty well. Sometimes I'm a little stressed out though. I read less and scroll a little bit more. So definitely trying to work on being more consistent with reading. Water intake has to go up. Gratitude, I definitely think about things I'm grateful for every day, but I want to start writing it down just so I can reflect on that later on. So when I say gratitude, I mean like writing it down. The rest are all kind of self-explanatory. Definitely want to meditate. I've been doing that more lately. I want to have one business task done every day and then one self-care thing every day that's separate from the meditation, whether it's standing out on the porch and looking into the forest or getting out on that trail and walking. Like, one thing for me every single day to make sure I'm filling my cup and that I'm good. That's the goal. I will keep y'all updated and posted on that. So the first step with the insert is to cut some slits into the holes because I don't like to open my rings as much. I've had the LV planner now for about maybe 4 years or so. I've used it on and off. I do have other A5 covers actually, and I probably need to think about switching to those. I'm gonna give that some thought about whether or not I want to switch to. I have like a black A5 folio with black rings from Cloth and Paper. If you're familiar with that's like a throwback. I feel like I haven't used that in a very long time. But I don't like to use the rings because I don't want them to sort of wear down and get spacing and gap issues. So I like to cut slits into the holes just to kind of avoid that. So let's get that done quickly. I wish there was like an easier way to do it, but I just kind of like take my scissors and just snip. And they're not neat. They're probably not even in the same space on each page, but like at least it's there, right? And I try not to cut the other parts of the insert. First up is the monthly admin insert. Y'all know this is one of my longtime favorites. I love this insert so much. It's so nice to have just this calendar view. Like I don't need calendar on 2 pages. Just give me this. Let me know at a glance what I'm doing this month. And that is what I need. I'm gonna pull up my pre-plan, which is always on Google Calendar because I don't know, it's just helpful for me to pre-plan on Google Calendar. I have so many appointments that I need to change. I'm looking at my pre-plan like, okay, I know I have like a personal appointment on the 5th and another on the 17th and another on the 20th, but I have a few doctor's appointments put in. Like one thing I didn't share was that while all this like hectic wedding planning and honeymoon planning was going on and moving, I got really, really sick, y'all, for like 3 weeks. And I finally went to the doctor, and now I have like all of these follow-up appointments that all depend on like one another, right? So like if you don't get your blood work drawn, you can't go to the second one. So I'm gonna have to move some things around, but we'll try to at least pre-plan what we can. We'll try to do our best. Okay, I'm gonna take just this sheet so I can write on. I actually did find my clipboard. Our day of wedding coordinator still has it, so I just need to get it back from her, but I'm glad I don't need to buy another one because that's wasteful. Okay, let's write September. I'm gonna switch things up. I'm not gonna write with the Kokuyo. I'm gonna write with this pen. It's an M&G pen in this sort of like retro brown color. Watch, it's usually really, really beautiful. Let me just test it to make sure that it's still functioning, and it is. Look at how gorgeous that is. I'll bring it up to camera after I'm done writing September. Look at how beautiful that is. I'm trying to bring it into kind of the natural light, but it's funny, I try to film now that we have windows in the office. I definitely leave the blinds open, but it's so gloomy today. So I'm hoping that you can really get a good look at what that September looks like. It's absolutely gorgeous though. Let me just say it out there. It's gorgeous. I'm glad that I picked this up. I am going to write the remainder of the dates and just kind of plan on the rest of this insert. I don't use this pen often for this exact reason. Sometimes things are too cute to use every single time you plan. Let me know if you feel the same way, but I love this pen. I've had it forever. I think I've had this pen for at least 3 years, like easily 2021 or 2022. And as you can see, I'm definitely getting low. If you have a link to this pen, please let me know. I love it so much. And I'm so sad that Cloth and Paper doesn't sell it anymore. So I really do need to try to like hunt it down and search for it, even though I'm probably gonna pay an arm and a leg now with these tariffs. I'm hoping someone in the US sells it too. That would be really nice. These are my tasks from the prior month. As you can see, I definitely got a lot accomplished, and I actually did journal a lot this month. So I am gonna cross that off too. The things that I did not complete were updating my license now that my name is officially changed. I definitely want to donate some clothes. So what I'm going to do now is just take some time to transfer the remaining tasks here and then think about the remaining tasks that I want to accomplish this month. I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I have no idea what happened to that S at the end of walks. I feel like I was writing and then I turned the paper too fast, so that's supposed to be an S. Don't know what happened there, but I love this so far so much. Y'all have no idea. I just love this brown, love this time of year. Now, the one thing I did here that I didn't end up loving was putting a key down there. So I'm not going to do that this time around. I actually am going to try to sort of pre-plan for October because I do know some of the things that are going on, like it's Ian's birthday. We want to do Severance for Halloween. If you're a Severance fan, let me know in the comments below. But that's sort of what we're thinking for Halloween too. So there are some things that I kind of want to pre-plan to the extent that we can, but I kind of want to find a different color. So this technically is a different color, although it looks about the same there. So maybe I'm lying. Am I lying? Okay, maybe these are similar. Okay, whatever. Just ignore me. I want to find something different for October so that it could stand out. I just have no idea what color to use, but maybe I'll just stick with a black pen because, it really shouldn't be something like special. It's just a pre-plan for the upcoming month. So, I think we're gonna take, ooh, I don't know if I like green. Pause. Let me find a different highlighter. So I'm searching for something different in this pen pouch. I have another olive green highlighter here. There's another pen that looks really interesting that we could potentially use. I feel like gray just wouldn't fit the vibe. So I'm not gonna use that, and I could use beige. So you know what, let's just go for beige. I wanna write October in really big letters because honestly, there's not a lot to pre-plan right now. So I'm just gonna write October. Oh, let's just write Oct and then 25. And then do a little apostrophe there. And then some colons. Okay, perfect. I like this. I will write the pre-plan in black so then that way it doesn't take away from that beautiful brown up top. Oh, I love this so far. Honestly speaking, I probably just need to find more brown colored pens because I would write in this color all the time, except for maybe like February where I would probably change to pink. But this is beautiful. I like this. Okay. So this is technically the next page. So I'm glad that we wrote here. Let me pull out the rest of the September spreads because I'm wondering where I want to put gratitude at. Thinking gratitude could come here. And here I think is where I just want to write like a brain dump list. So I think that would be helpful for me. Okay, so we are going to write gratitude log up here. Okay, so I am going to just write 1 through 30 so that way all the dates are there and ready for me to go. Perfect. I really do love this color. Super cute. So here I'll just write brain dump. And what I'm going to do here is honestly get everything out of my brain and onto paper. Everything. Here's what we have so far. Honestly, y'all, I might challenge myself to write with this pen throughout the entire month of September just to see if I can do it and just to be petty with myself. I think that'll be a really good way to kind of, I don't know, challenge myself to be more creative and like bring in other colors as well. So I love this. This is super cute. This is the first full week of September, which is what we're going to plan for. I don't have a lot going on. I do have an appointment on the 5th. I'm going to dinner with a friend on the 6th for her birthday. That's the following week. Other than that, it should be pretty calm. I'm super, super grateful that we get a 3-day weekend and like a 4-day work week. I need it. It's nice to get like a free day off without having to use my PTO. So shout out to the unions on Labor Day. We love you guys. Thank you. I'm just giving some thought to how I want to plan the week. I will be honest, like I said last week, I did like planning only with the sticky notes, but in like real time, I just kept going to the notebooks. I don't know why. I'm gonna have to give that some thought, but definitely hoping to get back into like the planner itself and not just using notebooks for to-do lists. So we'll see how that goes. I want to start by listing some of the things that I know for sure are going on. Okay. Here is the beautiful finished product. I think one thing I want to do is just test to see which highlighter looks best with these colored pens. I'm gonna guess beige, but you never know. You never know. Honestly, I could almost see both. Not at the same time, but I can see either or. So let me just highlight this. And then I'll just stick with beige for this week. Maybe next week we'll try that other pen or highlighter rather. Perfect. That's like the first time I've ever highlighted in a straight line in a very long time. So I'll take it. The last thing I wanted to do is just kind of put my word of the year up here. I like this. I'm just gonna put like some little stars over here. Cute, cute. Okay. As always, if you have any questions about some of the products you've seen in today's video, be sure to let me know. I'm always happy to share links and just give you some ideas. But again, if you have any recommendations for me, or if you have some unused personal size inserts, I would love to have them and I would love to get those recommendations. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you all enjoyed, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.